Messi might just have the most aura out of any athlete to ever walk this earth, as he has just mogged everybody at this year's Copa America. He showed up and showed out for Argentina. What once felt like to be impossible has now come true for the fourth time in 3 years. Yes, this is Messi's fourth international trophy in the last 3 years. His only 4 international trophies of his career. Because let me tell you, there was once a time where Messi and co would reach just about every finals imaginable only to lose on the biggest of stages, alright? The hate was getting so bad for Messi that even iPad kids were coming for his neck, and he folded under the pressure as after losing 4 international finals in a row, he stepped down from the Argentinian team. He went and retired in 2016. Of course, he would make his return eventually, only to go on and underperform at the World Cup. But after that, things started to change, Things really took a turn for the best in 2021 as Messi put this team on his back and took them all the way to the finals. And when they got there, they had to go up against a juggernaut of a Brazilian squad. But thankfully, Messi had Di Maria on his side. He gets the goal. They win Copa America 2021 and bring home Argentina's first international trophy in who knows how long, 1993. And then after that, the trophies just kind of start rolling in because a few months later, they got the first finalisme in 30 years versus Italy. Italy is a bum squad. So of course, Messi handed it to them, an absolute ass whooping. And guess what? They beat them. All of a sudden, Messi's got 2 trophies. And damn well it don't stop there, because a couple months after the finalisme happened, the 2022 World Cup is taking place. And everybody knows what happens at that 2022 World Cup. Messi brings it home. The 3rd one in, I want to say, Argentinians history, and it's because of Messi. Now he's got 3 trophies in 2 years, and then of course, 2024 happened, the big day. Yesterday was absolutely insane. Messi poured his blood, sweat, and tears into this international team and helped them win against a great Colombian squad. And of course, this is now his 4th trophy for Argentina in 3 years. No Argentinian fan could ask any more of this man. He's done it all for this country, and he is probably the most beloved person that Argentina will have ever produced. And I know Argentina has a long history of winning in soccer. I mean, they had 2 World Cups before Messi, and they, I want to say, had 14 Copa Americas without Messi. But here's the thing. Those trophies happened more than 30 years ago. Hell, Argentina's only gotten 4 Copa Americas since the 50s. And then as for the World Cups, well, it's been almost more than 4 decades at that point. So Argentina, while they did have a long line of history, there was this big gap in between, and Messi single-handedly kept them relevant throughout all of it. And we'll talk more about Messi and this Argentinian team going forward, but for right now, I just wanted to slow down the video, make sure you liked it, and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 3,000. I feel like we can hit that if you subscribe. Every subscription is greatly appreciated. All right, now let's get back to talking about Messi here. He has done what most could never do. He has 186 caps under his belt, by far the most in Argentinian history, along with 109 goals, which is of course the most that any player has ever scored for this national team. Hell, Messi doubles the 2nd highest goal scorer on the list, and that's because he's been playing since 2005. Yes, you heard me right. He's been playing for Argentina for nearly 2 decades. 1 more year away, and it's officially been 20 years for Messi on the national team. That's basically unheard of. People have lived lifetimes and never seen something like this accomplished. So the fact that Messi's doing it, just blows my mind by the day. And speaking of Messi at this year's Copa America, well, the old man hasn't been too useless. You see, he started off the tournament against Canada, of all teams, in the group stage. And in that game, he went out and got 1 assist and had 6 shot attempts. He was phenomenal, a major factor throughout the entire match. I mean, Messi's best performances have come against his Canadian team, who he has played twice in the 4 games that he was there for. So that's pretty interesting. But anyway, in the second match versus Chile, where they ended up winning 1-0, while the stats might not say that Messi did much, I will tell you right now from watching the game, Messi was one of the biggest reasons as to why, Argentina came away with that second group stage win. And then, of course, versus Peru, well, Messi was injured. He's been dealing with an injury since his, Inter Miami games. And of course, they had already qualified for the quarterfinals at that point. So there was no reason to even risk throwing Messi back out there and there being a chance of him re-injuring himself, right? So they held him out till the quarterfinals, where the team went up against Ecuador, and oh my God, it really felt like this was the game where Messi was going to get his goal. It didn't come. Lisandro Martinez, of all people, got the goal early on versus Ecuador, and then of course Ecuador matches them right back. It goes to PKs. Messi's up first. He misses his penalty shot. Tragic. But then the rest of the team is right behind him and picks him up like nothing happened. Nobody missed. I mean, Alvarez was amazing. McAllister was great. Montiel, Otamendi, they do their things. They score their PKs. And of course, when you make 4 out of the first 5 PKs, you're going to win and you're going to move on. And that's exactly what happened. And of course, we all remember what happened in the semis versus Canada with Messi scoring, and then of course Julian Alvarez scoring his first goal of the tourney. Shout out both of them. However, the one thing I haven't mentioned about this Argentinian team is, well, the rest of the team, because this is probably the best national team that Messi's ever had the chance of being a part of. And that's probably why they're finally winning trophies. I mean, a Copa America just 3 years ago, a World Cup just 2 years ago, and there's a reason they're winning all these trophies. And that's because you can't find a single weakness on this Argentinian team. You point to any position on the pitch, and I'm telling you right now, Argentina isn't going to be weak there. I mean, this team has superstars coming off of their bench. Lautaro Martinez, I could stop right there because this guy led the entire tournament in goals, and he was being subbed on for most of it. He ended it with 5 goals, and without his goals, Argentina wouldn't be where they are today, holding that trophy. He scored against Colombia in the finals after being subbed in late. Shout out Scaloni for knowing how to make subs, by the way, unlike a Southgate. But anyway, Lautaro Martinez is a star, and after his performance at the World Cup, he really needed to bounce back like this. But as I said, Argentina as a squad is phenomenal. I can go on for hours just talking about each player individually, but this is a Messi video. So I think I've covered everything I've wanted to with Messi. He is the GOAT, and no one can deny it, not even the most diehard of Ronaldo fans. All right, catch y'all later. Much love. Deuces.